Hey everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Majette Ironman Players Meeting. So this is our Players Meeting. We're going to do it virtually since we'll be starting really early. Give everybody a little more time to get to their tees and also just to practice and warm up because it's going to be a long day of disc golf, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. The first thing I want to say right out of the gate is if you guys wait till this upcoming Saturday to get hydrated, you're losing the hydration battle. So it's very important to pre-hydrate. So please start drinking water, electrolyte drinks, Gatorades, whatever to get hydrated starting Friday morning. Drink as much as you possibly can and then a little bit extra because it's going to be hot and humid on Saturday, and we want everybody to be able to have fun and finish all 3 rounds. So please make sure. Start drinking. Start drinking now if you need to. But definitely drink lots of water beforehand. Bring lots of water, Gatorades, whatever. And then keep those in your car so you can swap them out between rounds. For those who haven't played Majette, it's open. There's not a lot of trees. The sun is going to be bright and hot, and there's enough wind to kind of take the sweat off of you and keep you cool-ish, so you won't realize it that you're dehydrating before you do. So once again, please drink lots of water before, during, and after the event. Speaking of the event, so we're going to send out tee assignments on Friday night. So we'll put those on the PDGA website. You can go there. You can see your tee assignment. Everybody will be starting on one of the holes. We don't have any ghost holes for this one. And then the cards will be either 3 or 4 members. So get to your cards. We will have check-in the day of just to make sure that we don't have like a 3-stack who somebody's missing. We need to rearrange. But overall, we feel pretty confident that most of the people signed up will show up. If you do, so let's say for some weird circumstance you're on a 4-stack, 2 people don't show up, or 3-stack, 1 person doesn't show up. If that happens, don't just play the round because then it's not a valid round. You need 3 people. Split up and 1 go forward, 1 go backward. So if you get to the 2-minute horn, there's just 2 of you standing there. Start thinking about that and migrating in either direction. But overall, I think it's going to be a good day. I think everybody will show up. I think it'll be a blast. If between rounds you decide you can't continue, be it because of the heat or if you get hurt or whatever, we hope you can finish. But if not, please let myself or our TD Ryan Best know so that we can adjust that in the cards so that we can continue to make sure it runs smoothly and everybody has at least 3 on their card. Day of, we will be doing registration, so you can do check-in from probably about 7:15 in the morning till 8. So you can check in. If you're in the AMs, we have a disc for you, so that's your players pack. You get a disc. The first 50 people will also get a sticker, so we get some sweet Bay County Disc Golf Club stickers that we ordered for this. So the first 50 get that. Pros, please also just let us know you're there so we can check you off so that we know who all's on the premises. And then we'll get started at 8:20. So at 8:18, you'll hear air horn twice. That's a 2-minute warning, so 2-minute warning, no more throwing, no more putting, no more practicing. Be ready on your tee. At 8:20, we'll blow the horn 1 loud blast, and then we'll be ready to go. And then we'll play. So first round, we'll play. Break will be for about an hour after the last card comes in. Then we will take a lunch break. So if you don't bring your lunch, I highly encourage you to go ahead and pre-order something from either Subway or Hungry Howie's. Those are the closest 2 restaurants to the course. And then if you can't get something there, or if you don't like those 2 options, if you continue driving south, there is a Taco Bell, a Burger King, and a Popeyes kind of in that range. They're somewhat slower though, and with an hour, it's cutting it close. But there are other options if those aren't the best for you. Just be aware that an hour, it does take some time to get there and back. So please be back on that hour. We will post the second round tee time and the tee assignments in the PDGA website, so be checking that. And then we'll get started. So second round we'll play. After the second round, we are going to take a short break that will allow us to get the tee assignments posted, everybody readjusted. It'll also allow everybody to swap out waters, put more water in your bag, get hydrated, and take just a short breather before we kick off for round 3. We're thinking that's going to be about a 15 to 20 minute break. So not enough time to really leave and go anywhere, but enough time for everybody to kind of take a break, get back in, reload water, and then go back out to where you are on the course. So should be a really good day. I think it's going to be awesome. It looks like the weather is going to hold off for us. It has rained every day for what seems like 3 years around here. So really hopeful that the rain holds off, the course dries out, and we'll just have a beautiful day to play some disc golf, albeit maybe a little hot. Layouts. So if you're playing MA4, or you are a junior, or you're playing in our FA3 division. So if you're in one of those 3 divisions, you're playing red T-pads all day. So FA3, that's female rec. We don't have anybody signed up for that currently. MA4 novice, there are 10 of you, or MJ15, so you're 15 or younger and you're playing the junior division. That is what you're playing. So you're going to be playing the red layout all 3 rounds. If you're not in one of those divisions, this is the majority of you, we're going to be playing all 3 layouts. We're going to start on the blue layout, which is the long layout. We're going to move to the white layout, and then we're going to move to the red layout. So that will give us a shorter layout to kind of finish on. But overall, it'll give us a really good loop and should make for a really great event. Also, since this is 4th of July themed, we're supporting veterans with the money we raise. Getting to do the red, white, and blue layout is also just really cool. So super excited about that. Tournament Central will be set up at the front of the parking lot under the awning over there in front of the Parks and Rec building. So Ryan Best will be there. We'll be rotating in and out. That'll be where you get your players pack. If you have any sort of concerns during the round or during the in-betweens, please come there. Let us know. Once again, if you're going to drop, let us know. But overall, really excited. Think everybody's going to have a blast on the course. So, of course, a lot of you have played it before, so I'm not going to walk through the whole thing now. I will let you know before I do that. But we will have lines painted for all the OBs so that there's very little debate. Remember, the line is OB. So if you're touching the line but not across the line, you're out. The water. So if you're in the water, we're giving everybody 2 meters of relief from all water's edge. That's a safety thing. Some of the banks are real steep. We want to make sure that you're not standing on that and slip in. So take that 2 meters. We're giving it to you. Please take it. Pampas grass. So there's pampas grass around the course. It's razor sharp. There's no real good way to get a lie in there. So you can take casual relief behind all of the pampas grass we have. The caddy book has been updated, so you can go to Bay DGC. That's Bay, D as in disc, G as in golf, C as in club. So baydgc.com/Majette caddy book. There are also QR codes on all of the T signs around the course. And that's just a great way for you to be able to pull it up and see all of the rules specific to the hole and give you an idea. Overall, really fun day, really excited. Once again, can't emphasize enough, water, water, water. So hydrate up really well. And then if you need anything, let us know. But also try to pre-order your lunch. And then it's going to be a fun day. So I'm going to walk through the course now. So if you know the course, don't feel like you have to stay. If you want to hear kind of the walkthrough, feel free to stay. But I'm just going to talk through each of the holes kind of with a highlight for anybody who hasn't played before. So stop, and here we go. Hole 1. So hole 1, teeing off, there's going to be OB between the fairway and 8's blue basket. So if you're standing on the tee pad of the blue tee pad, you can see a blue basket. That's 8. So there's an OB line drawn there. There will be flags. There's also OB left of the culvert. So those are your OB lines. Water is OB. Overall, that hole's pretty self-explanatory. Hole 2, if you're teeing from the blue tee pad and you're OB off the tee, you can choose, you don't have to, but you can choose to go to the red tee pad throwing 3. Also, if you would like to not throw from the blue tee pad, so let's say you get to it, you're like, this is daunting, I don't really feel like I can make it over the water, I don't want to lose a disc, whatever. You can go to the red tee pad throwing 3. So you don't have to throw from the blue tee pad. You don't have to throw it in the water right in front of you so that you can proceed to it. At any point in time, if you're on the blue tee pad and you want to go to the red tee pad, you can just advance there without throwing, but you will be throwing 3 from that pad. So once again, OB off the tee, you can go there really if you are in the water short, or if you just don't want to throw at all, you can go there, but you'll be throwing 3. There's also an OB mark around the outside perimeter of that fairway and green. You got about 30 to 35 feet left and deep of the blue basket. It kind of comes straight line back. There will be a post to mark it. And then right side to protect hole 3. So hole 2, a little bit more of the painted lines, but you should be able to see markings from the tee pad. And overall, you've got a lot of space to land there. It's not a tight landing zone by any means. Hole 3 is pretty self-explanatory. There's one OB line separating the hole 2. So the line I was just talking about, hole 3 has that. Outside of that, it's just water. It's a little peninsula. If you're in the water, you're OB. Once again, 2 meters, you can take that. Hole 4, there's a cart path right of the baskets. White and blue both have it right of there. You got a little bit of room on the right side of white. You got a lot of room on the right side of blue. But you've got probably 20 and 40 feet respectively. There's also a line painted on the right side of the dune, and then there's a cart path there. So overall, that kind of funnels in. There is water left, and a lot of that is jail. A lot of lost discs in there as far as the tight growth. So just be careful. Keep an eye out. If you need to send somebody to run ahead to spot, feel free to do that just so you can see where things go in, especially for your second shot. Hole 5, water's going to be OB. There is a path deep of white and left of blue. The path deep of white has plenty of room. I don't really think that's going to come into play. The path left of blue, though, you've got right about circle's edge there. So just be aware if you run blue deep from the tee pad, you do run a risk of being OB. Hole 6. Hole 6 and 14 are sort of specific in the fact that you are teeing from out of bounds, throwing into a circular, everything's closed off inbounds. If you never cross inbounds on hole 6, you re-tee. So that's really only if you're throwing a forehand from a right hand, a big anhyzer that never, doesn't hold, or if you're left-handed. Outside of that, if you throw over and back, obviously you will have crossed inbounds at some point. But if you never cross inbounds, you re-tee throwing 3. If you throw it and you cross inbounds and you go out of bounds, you skip or whatever, you can take it from there. The path and beyond is going to be OB, but there will be a line marked there. So that hole, once again, teeing from out of bounds, all the path there, and then there'll be a line paint on the right side. Hole 7, if you're throwing from the blue, we've got a new double mando there. So you'll be throwing between the two trees. There's an older tree and then like a palm tree. So just note you can't throw a big hyzer around there anymore. Forces you to throw a more straight line, and that's really done to protect 8's fairway. A lot of people are running it deep into hole 8, and we don't want to hit somebody while they're playing. Hole 8 has a mando for the blue basket only, so this will only come into play the first round. There is a path that is OB on the left-hand side as well, and then there's OB. So you throw, a lot of people will land area. If you throw a second time to that mando, just remember you have to go to the right of it. So you will be throwing a little bit over the water there, but overall a pretty easy throw to make depending on your landing zone. Just be aware that you do have to make that mando. Drop zone is going to be beside it, and it's only for the blue basket. Hole 9, there's a concrete pad behind the basket down the hill. That is OB, so just be aware of that. You can't see it from the tee, but that is going to be there. The path in front of the basket is in. The path left of the basket, protecting hole 18's fairway, is out. So really that is pinned off on the right sides by the parking lot in a path and deep, but there's no sort of island there. Everything's in short of the basket. All of that's on the front 9, and then when we go to the back 9, hole 10 does have a red tee pad kind of far down. So if you're playing reds or it's the last round, walk down that fairway. There's a red tee pad playing to the white basket. If you're playing blues, do know that there's water on both sides and then water short of the basket. So there's a lot of opportunity for water there, but overall a really fun hole. I think everybody would really like that if you've never played it before. 11, no real OB risk there. There's water right at your left off the pad, but it would be a 90-degree grip lock, left-handed grip lock. So I think everybody will be fine there. Hole 12 has water deep of both baskets. So just be aware if it goes in. There's also a concrete sort of drainage culvert on the short side of the white basket. And then that also has water on it. So just be aware of that. All that water is going to be OB, but none of the paths or anything. Now for 13, 14, 15, and 16, the next 4 holes, the paths will play with OB lines painted on them. 13, the path is going to be on the right-hand side, running all the way to the mando tree. You'll see there's a mando left there. Once you get to the mando tree, there will be a line painted. The OB is no longer there. So the path isn't out because obviously the basket's on the other side of the path. So you're really just protecting hole 14. When you get to 14, once again, you're teeing from out of bounds. If you never go in bounds, same sort of idea. If you throw a forehand or a turnover, you could potentially never cross in. So those 2 paths are going to be OB. 14 is different than the rest of the course in the fact that the paths are in. So if you land on the path on hole 14, and you'll see this with how the lines are painted, but you are in bounds on hole 14, and 14 is the only one like that. So hole 14 paths in, but you'll be tight there. 15, there's a path beyond the basket. It's kind of hard to see. It's a pretty decent way down the hill, so you'd have to be way deep to really run into it or roll down the hill and just kind of be unlucky there. But do know there's a path on the backside there. And then hole 16. So 16 has a double mando and then paths down both sides of the fairway. The paths are OB, and you have to hit both mandos. The drop zone is directly between the mandos. So everything else plays pretty normal there. 17, you're throwing from on top of the dune back down to a basket on a peninsula. And then 18, the blue tee pad throws from this side of the water, this being 17. And then the red is actually across the water on the peninsula. If you are throwing from the blue tee pad, do know that you don't have to throw over the water. There is a fairway on the left-hand side. It's not OB till you reach the concrete, which is over 400 feet. So you do have multiple options there. You don't have to throw over the water, or if you don't like that angle, you can go out down the left side fairway and get a different angle at the baskets. And then that's really it. So that's sort of the layout there. On 18, one thing to note is the path, once you leave that concrete pad, and it kind of circles around. So this is 18's white basket, kind of goes like that. Everything toward the concrete side of that path is going to be OB. So just keep that in mind. Once again, everything will be marked and flagged. But overall, really excited. We've got 57 signed up right now. So excited to have a bunch of people out, play 3 rounds, and hope everybody has a blast. And remember, just one more time, start drinking your water like now. I'm recording this on Tuesday. I'm already getting ahead of the hydration game. I encourage you guys to as well. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us either on the Facebook page, Bay County Disc Golf Club, or you can email us, baycountydiscgolfclub@gmail.com. Otherwise, we'll see you guys Saturday morning. Super excited. Thanks, guys.